starting with Maureen McCarney. Last summer, CMU English instructor Maureen McCarney organized and participated in the enormously successful Dog Day. It was! Dog Days Poetry Smackdown, which were a series of readings at various taverns across the valley. It was a lot of fun.
Craft breweries.
Oh, craft breweries. Excuse me, craft breweries. She's been reading at the for the CMU Poets and Writers series for 4 years, and she's one of my favorite long-form poets. Just incredible work that's not confined to one page. So, Maureen McCarney.
Don't take that because I have to introduce somebody next.
Yes, you do.
Actually, I'm writing poetry, I'm reading poetry tonight that's almost all one page. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little vulnerable. I'd like to start with a poem that's brand new. It's called Breakfast Poem. This morning I had poetry for breakfast. The man who brought it had the most beautiful smile. He asked, "What can I get for you?" I ordered eggs and hash browns, and when they came, he brought a side of poetry. "I didn't order this," I said, "but you needed it. It's my treat." All my favorite words were there, soul-sustaining and delicious. Maybe it's a new diet, poetry at every meal. Thoughts for food. It won't help your waistline or lower your cholesterol, but it's good for your heart. When I was trying to decide what to read by John, first I turned to The Last Matinee because I really liked that collection, and it was all taken. So I picked something out of Hooking the Sun, and it's called Upon Drawing the Hanged Man. Well, here I go again, hanging by my heels, dangling in the cold wind, gazing upon the world's wonderful inverse view, or the sacred ashes bark, depending on which way the wind turns. They say great changes emerge from such moments, whole worlds transform. You know, Odin, Osiris, Jesus, alphabets divine, the dead judge, the formation of vast planetary religions whose followers distort his message and create havoc. Still, something good must arrive from all this blood rushing to my head. If only an orange neon crucifix hanging in the long ice-rimmed night above an insurance salesman's door, giving light to an old bum so he can find the cap to his Dionysian wine. I read this poem last week. A bunch of us read together at the bookstore, poetry reading. I like this poem a lot. It was found in a book from the Soviet Union circa 1931. And it's called Found Poetry from the Soviet Union circa 1931. And it's for my friend Doug Cox. The night of the long knives in the college library proceeds ironically. Among the first to go, the story of the 5-year plan, a textbook for Soviet school children, young pioneers, containing accidental poetry. In America, Seuss-like slapstick prevails. Masters Fox, Box, Knox, and Cox. Masters Doodle, Boodle, Foodle, and Noodle. What happens when they work without a plan? A mad country. Everywhere there are posters, signs, advertisements, hats, hats, hats. But in the little 5-year plan and the big 5-year plan, in every laboratory, scouts are at work, conquerors of their own country. The war with the river. River, stand back. The war with things. The war with kilometers. What can the wind give us? A colossal task. We will force the dead to work. A mountain which will be eaten up. Things that make other things. Our ally chemistry. The calculations of a professor who did not know how to calculate. Steel pilgrims. New people for new lives. Factories for refining people. all rooms are light and cheerful. A fragment from a book 50 years hence. What the story is about, the project of our country. You must see and touch for yourself. Remember that the country in which you live has not been discovered yet. Weak hands, if they be many, can move mountains and plant forests of trees. Herein lies your power. When I was John's student, we discovered that we have a mutual affinity for New Mexico, and particularly for Los Alamos. And so this poem is called Oppie. It's about J. Robert Oppenheimer, and I've dedicated it to my friend and colleague, John Nizalowski. Desert hawk, red-tailed, matched against the heavy imperial eagle, being swifter, more concerned with open sky, less concerned with majesty, the hawk wins. He has chosen elemental yellow. Which direction is that in Hopi myth? Over water in the desert. Slender, spare, hungry. He once commanded enamel blue and made the sun to rise out of turn. Banded, banished. At least the principal uncertainty should never have been his loyalty. The documents came from Teller's lab. He kept secret the most secret island no man is, he said. Should we have the chaplain here? They asked along the journey of death. And what prayer would we have him offer? Success or a failure so complete we leave our love affair with particles behind? No man, he said, should turn the sun against a single city. He became death, shatterer, and died shattered, callous and careless with our heroes, Muir, Oppie, Powell, Ruckhiser. He thought he could tell them about his conscience. Thank you.